what's up? Welcome to Afterbite, a Vampire Diaries fancast that's only 10 years too late. We're here. We're back. We're on time this week. And this is weird. Nobody's going to know this because it is an audio medium, but it is weird that I can see your guys' faces right now as we're recording this. This is the first time we've done this, and I don't like looking at Brian as he, interrupts me. It's just I'm kidding. I love you, Brian.
I did not interrupt you that time. How dare you?
That time. Oh, but the podcast is still young. Just a quick housekeeping note I want to throw in here at the top is that on our YouTube channel, there is going to be a special behind-the-scenes episode that we're calling Behind the Bite. It's going to be going up on our YouTube channel. It is going to be about making this episode of Afterbite. It's about how we go from beginning to end. It'll be like half editing tutorial, half me just yelling at a camera to kind of tell y'all what's up. So that will be on our YouTube channel, hopefully the day that this podcast goes up. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So this week, we are looking at season 2, episode 5 and 6, Kill or Be Killed, and Plan B. Both good title names, actually. Sometimes I think we give TVD some shit for their weird title names. These ones, though, kind of fucking slap, actually.
Yeah, I like this. I like these ones. They're nice.
I think that I never really do pay attention to title names unless they're really, really cheesy or bad.
So Bad Moon Rising?
Yeah, exactly. Because then I'm like, oh, that was an interesting choice. But if it's an okay title, I'm like, all right. Good
Valid.
Job. Good job.
Yeah.
So, Kill or Be Killed. The Netflix description. God. I saw that in your notes, so I absolutely knew you were gonna do it, and I was still like, oh, yeah, you did do that, huh?
I did. I really did. Anyway, the Netflix description. What is it, B?
Exactly. The Netflix description is Tyler learns more about the Lockwood family curse from Mason, and Sheriff Forbes receives startling information. Which, of all the things Sheriff Forbes receives this episode, startling information.
It's an understatement.
An understatement.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So,
I mean, oof.
But
yeah, it's a big fucking oof.
When we get to that point, I want to talk. I have a lot to say. So
there is a lot to say, and I'm going to agree with you already.
Great.
I've read your notes. I know exactly what you're going to talk about, and yes, it is.
It's so good. It's so good.
Anyway, this episode starts out with a flashback with Uncle Mason. He's at a bar. He's paying up his tab. He goes outside, and some motherfucker is like, hey, why are you sleeping with my girlfriend? And Mason just seems like a good-natured surfer guy, and he's like, no, I'm not. What the fuck, my guy? What the fuck?
I think that even though it's oh, Mason's oh, I would never do that, it feels like Mason's the kind of guy who, in his past life, has done that. You know what I mean?
But he also seemed really, hella good-natured compared to, Tyler is all, repressed anger and rage, which I thought was, a werewolf thing.
Mm.
But Mason seemed so chill Florida guy. Go for it.
Yeah, I did write in my notes that Mason Lockwood is from Florida. We cannot confirm nor deny he is Florida man. I can personally confirm nor deny he is not a Florida man, so.
The state of Florida's silence on this matter is deafening. Is he Florida man? Is he not? We don't know.
Wait, so are we saying he's...
The United States of Florida does not claim Mason Lockwood.
The implications of Mason being Florida man
gets high off bath salts, eats a guy's face, has an illegal monkey operation. Is he Florida man?
The things that Florida man do, the things that they do.
Does. No, it's just one man. It is just one man, and we don't know who he is.
The things that Florida man does. This does, right?
Yeah. He is still at large, yes. We have not caught him.
It's crazy. So, for Mason to be Florida man, wow, he's done a lot of shit.
He is busy. He has made his fucking he's made his laps around like the boutique drug industry with like bath salts and everything. Like he's just done it all. A man of culture.
You know what? It makes sense when you think about who he's associated with, you know? Like that makes sense. That coincides with one another.
Out of the crowd, okay, so Mason and this dude fight. The dude is like beating the shit out of Mason. Like Mason's getting his shit rocked.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just kind of throws the guy up and just like throws him onto the ground. And there's blood. It suddenly turned into a crime scene. And out of the crowd around them emerges somebody who looks a lot like Elena Gilbert.
Oh, no, that's at the end of the episode. Isn't that at the end of the episode?
No, that's right there.
No,
that's
right there.
At the end.
No, it's not, because in the next part of the episode, don't they have a scene together?
Yeah, the next part of the episode is straight up a Catherine Mason sex scene, dude.
No, like they have Mason kill the guy, his eyes glow, and then they do Vampire Diaries, and then at the end of the episode, they show that him and Catherine were in cahoots, and like they show the flashback that Catherine like. Was like,
so,
whoa,
no, let me go watch real quick. Let me confirm or deny this, because I'm 95% sure it is immediately that Catherine is right there with Mason.
No,
let me confirm or deny this.
It's towards the end of the episode.
It definitely is near the end. It's definitely near the end, because the next episode is when the transition between Mason, Catherine, Elena, and Stefan happens.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's near the end.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck, I am wrong. Either way, now we know this.
The Vampire Diaries expert has come in yet again.
He may just be wearing blankets and AirPods, but he's an expert, ladies and gentlemen. He is an expert.
They can't see this, but like with long hair that's like, hold on, looks like this. Hold on, looks like this. Hi.
You have an emo school kid haircut, and you're an expert on the Vampire Diaries. Are you okay, Brian? Are you okay?
Hold on. Hello, I am an expert on the Vampire Diaries lore. Yes,
I'm sorry. I have to say it. What's that show? Ned the Classified School Survivor guy? Coconut Head. You have Coconut Head?
Yes, I'm
You have Coconut Head vibes, and I'm sorry about that, Brian. I don't mean to dunk on you today, but
that's a compliment in my world. Thank you. Anyway, so you can cut that out, right? Like that part, like we can just kind of like pretend like we didn't know about it.
Well, it's actually kind of fun. That seems a very us style fuck up. I might just leave it in.
Okay, great. Let's just keep it. Okay.
It's a very us kind of like, what the fuck. Tyler runs a neat little gambit on Uncle Mason, where he's like, if the Moonstone is anywhere, it's probably in this secret safe. Check it and see. If it's not there, I don't know. When really, Tyler has the Moonstone, like, in his back pocket, just, like, chilling.
That's just the weirdest place to have it hanging out. It's just like in your back pocket, like, oh, like it's like. So my first question: when you're sitting down, there's like a stone in your back pocket, so that has to be
okay. Yeah, it's probably not in his back pocket. You know what I mean, though. He's keeping it. He has it tucked away in like his sock drawer. But is it not
in his back pocket? I thought it was actually in his back pocket. Oh wait, no, it's in his backpack.
Yeah, I don't know where the fucking Moonstone is. I was just saying it to make a goof on Tyler, but...
No, I was taking it 100%
Here's the funny thing.
seriously.
No one knows where the Moonstone is.
Yeah.
It'll be a very recurring theme this season.
It's our magical Macguffin for this entire fucking season, basically.
Yep.
But this is the most clever little gambit Tyler's run. He's placating both parties in this Moonstone arrangement. He's like, here is a secret of my dad's that you probably didn't know about, that if it's not there, then I don't know where it is. Like, that's a good gambit. Love it. Big fan. And then
Tyler Lockwood is that dumb bitch, but wait, no, that's not how I wanted to word that.
No, he is that dumb bitch though, but he also has his moments.
How I meant to word it was, Tyler may look dumb, but
he is dumb.
He is dumb. Yeah, I was like, he may look dumb.
And he is.
End of sentence.
And he is, but he did a smart thing.
He did. This one, though, is smart.
Good boy.
Then we go to the Forbes household, where Caroline approaches her mom, and Caroline is fucking cold. She is.
I know, right?
Ice
cold.
Season 1 Caroline has entered the chat again.
Pretty much, yeah, man. Which makes sense because, you know, now as a vampire, she's just amplified. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they are talking about like a park fundraiser cleanup type thing. I think that's what's going on. It's some very small town bullshit.
Yeah, it really is a lot of bullshit. You know what
it really is?
Remember last season when there was the Miss Mystic Falls?
And like 7 fundraisers in a row to Miss Mystic Falls?
I'm not even connecting it to the fundraisers that they had, the unnecessary fundraisers that they had. I'm connecting it to the entire scene where they're interviewing the candidates, and then Caroline says, I'm part of the Mystic Falls beautification system, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, connects right back, you know, just like continuities right there.
Everything is connected.
Yes.
They're cleaning up like a park. Of life. Yeah, they're cleaning up a park, or they're going to make like a new park because the Fell family donated some land or some shit.
I think they donated money.
Yeah, I think Brian put it best when he says, small towns be weird. That's just because Brian actually wrote notes this time, so I can quote him on himself. So, small towns be fucking weird, dude. I don't know what be going on in that town.
The note above it, though, how many goddamn fundraisers does this town do? And this is from someone who has finished the show, like, in its entirety. Holy shit.
It's like every couple of episodes there's a new fundraiser, and it's always for some stupid shit that doesn't really matter. Like, can you guys gain some like perspective about the world and actually do a fundraiser that matters? Like, what is wrong with you?
They're white Mystic people Falls in Virginia. It's the Mystic Falls bubble, baby.
Yeah.
So then we go to the park, right? Where they're like fixing up the park. Folks are like doing...
Elena and Stefan.
I just had a note that Paul's eyebrows this episode are out of fucking control, and I don't know what that was referring to, if that was the park or if that was Elena and Stefan. I'm not entirely sure. Brian, pitch hit for me here. What goes down?
I did write some notes. So basically in that scene, Elena and Stefan, like Stefan jumps into her room, so romantic. So Twilight. And romantic. They're still pretending they're still like pretending to be fighting, so they kind of talk about the day, like they gotta be separate, they gotta act all moody and broody to each other. And when Stefan says, I can't do this anymore, Elena, it means I love you. And when Elena says, fine, Stefan, whatever, it means I love you too. And oh my god, it hurts. It hurts me, but I love it. Anyway.
That's a secret Mousecatool that we'll save for later.
It literally is a secret Mousecatool that will be used against us later.
Do you think we can get copyright striked for just saying the words Mousecatool? Asking for us now, because we've already started it and now it feels like a fun gag.
I don't want to get. Should we make it vampire based so that we don't get copyrighted?
How do we? Let's brainstorm right now. Let's brainstorm. What are we calling it instead of a secret Mousecatool that's going to help us later? It's going to be a secret what that's going to help us later.
What's a tool that they use a lot in the Vampire Diaries?
Bonnie.
I was about to say.
Bonnie. They also use the Moonstone. This is a secret Moonstone we'll use for later.
I will also bring to the table emotional manipulation. They're a really big fan of that one. They use that a lot.
This is funny because it happened in the Legacy fandom earlier. A secret Buffy tool we'll use for later. We'll figure it out. Leave a comment down below.
Comment.
This is not a no.
Okay.
God.
Day 12 of quarantine. It's going great.
Brian, you just calculated this out earlier. You're on day 13, bud.
Oh. I don't know where I am. Anyway, we go to the park next. It's a great park. It has a waterfall.
Can I wait really quickly before we move on? Do not leave a comment because there's nowhere to leave a comment. Just tweet us or leave a voice message for us on Anchor.
You can't see it because this is an audio medium, as we have discussed before. But Jordan and I just both put our hands over our face and just like face palmed so hard right there in unison. And I feel like that's just this podcast in a nutshell. So we're just like,
and don't worry, we have people on the line standing by waiting for your calls. Hello.
God.
Yes, that'd be a great suggestion. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Hang up. And remember, welcome to Mystic Falls. Please make a donation.
Okay. We do go to this park. It is a very nice park. They're like building like a new picnic shelter, I guess. And
if I'm being completely honest, I was not fully paying attention while they were doing anything in the park. I don't know what they were up to. I just know that they were in a park. And they were like fixing something or working or something, but they were just in a park. It's like
they were vibing.
They were just beautifying it.
You know that scene in Legacies where Penelope is in the background and she's just like fixing the curtains? That's what everyone was doing in the park. I wasn't paying attention to anything they were doing.
I did read a note, I think, like, somewhere. What did I write? I think I wrote, like, are Elena and Caroline actually painting that? Or is that just, like...
Oh, they absolutely are not. So they're, like, painting, in air quotes, some shit. Like, Stefan is out here, like, making some lines on a piece of wood. Yeah, like, it's very CW actor work. It reminds me of that, Fifth Harmony Work From Home music video.
I just thought of that, too!
Everybody work.
Where they're like just around a bulldozer with construction equipment and they just don't know what they're doing. That feels like this entire scene. Like they just have to be out here vibing. Yeah. They don't know what those equipment's doing.
You know what? It works because I was not paying 1 cent to what they were doing. I was just like, I was zoning out on whatever actions they were doing in that scene.
Also, This is the scene where I had that note, is that Paul's eyebrows are out of fucking control. And just like this one scene, I don't know what it was, but his eyebrows just were out of this world. Very bushy. He needed to get them. He needs to get that worked out.
He did. I think it was the scene where him and Mason are talking, or Stefan and Mason are talking.
Yes. And it's like close on his face and you can see how bushy they are and you're like, boy, get that put together.
And he's like, Mason, I'm so sorry for what Damon did and everything like that. And I'm like, Stefan, back the hell up. He is a werewolf. Because, like, we know at this point, like, the bite kills. And it's like, back the hell up. They're tough as shit.
But also, doesn't he have to be wolf form for that to happen? I think Stefan's fine.
I
feel like...
Yes, they do. It's hybrids. Hybrids are different. Oh.
You said a forbidden word. No. Shame on your
You said something that we don't know about. We don't know about because we're only in season 2.
But we will know soon, actually.
That's a secret Musketeer we'll use for later.
We really need to work out.
Don't remember that. No one remember that. No one remember that, please.
We'll just compel them. It's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, they're painting around, they're having fun. Stefan and Elena are being angsty and all fake though, of course, because no tea, no shade.
Then we go. I think then we cut this park scene with the Mystic Grill, where Jeremy and Tyler are thriving. I love them.
They're thriving.
Some lady named Sarah, and then as well as Amy, Miss White Name Amy.
Oh yeah.
AIMEE is out here. They're out here like, hey boys, do you want to like head to the Lockwood mansion and just like hang out and drink margaritas? Which I have a bone to pick. No teenager likes margaritas because they're fucking gross. Just get fucked up on vodka Red Bulls like the rest of us, y'all. Don't fake this margarita bullshit. They're bad. They're bad.
I've never had a margarita.
You need to admit that.
Should I try
Margaritas
one?
are bad. No. Just get fucked up on vodka Red Bulls like the rest of us.
Why are they bad?
He says that she's drinking a vodka Red Bull right now.
Speaking of, my dad sent me like a care package of like stuff from like my old room at home, that sort of thing. He also sent through the mail a bottle of vodka. Just like packaged so carefully with everything else.
That's such a dad move.
It's amazing. But I do like the Jeremy and Tyler stuff in this episode because it's like it's really cool because like Jeremy's being like the little prick, like, ooh, like wolves, they're cool, right? Like, wink, wink, and it's like, Jeremy, you're a fucking idiot. No wonder why Damon snapped your neck. Like,
Jeremy does the same thing this episode that Damon did last episode, and I was so tired of them just repeating the same thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did that.
Same shit, different year. Same shit, different characters. That's it. That's all this is. Time is a flat circle.
I really liked how like Tyler like doesn't want to be aware. Like he's like admitting like and all that kind of stuff like that. Like I don't want to do that. Like it's weird, but like I don't want it. And he also doesn't Tyler not know about like vampires and stuff now either. Like he doesn't know about everything. I don't think.
Yeah, he doesn't know about everything. He just knows about werewolves now.
I love how
he just knows about specifically the Lockwood family curse.
But I also love how there's kind of like a bonding of bros in this episode. You know,
a bonding.
Mm-hmm. A bonding.
Yes.
I really do believe that that Jeremy needs this more than Tyler does because even though like
they both just need a friend.
Yeah, they both do just need a friend. Like even though like Jeremy is like, how do I say, like just trying to like trick
emo.
I mean, yes,
but that's not what I'm saying. He's trying to like get an upper hand on Tyler and trying to like figure out whether or not he's a vampire or not vampire, a werewolf or not. It really does feel like especially when like he's invited out to the house and then Tyler's like, yeah, do you want to come too? And Jeremy's like, yeah, I'll come. Like even though it's like for an ulterior motive, I'm like, oh Jeremy, you have a friend. That's so good.
Jeremy, you're thriving. He is. When Jyler is thriving, they're thriving. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
Man, I should go into the Jyler tag on AO3 just to see what I find. Wait, fanfic.net. Ooh, I should do a deep dive.
Yeah.
No.
But I should. I will report back later.
Right.
Famous last words. Next, we go back to the park. What's his face? Mason Lockwood reveals to Sheriff Forbes, just like kind of fucking out of nowhere, he's like, hey, there are two vampires like right under your McFucking nose. And she's like, no, there's not. He's like, yeah, it's Damon and Stefan. She's like, no, fucking Damon killed a vampire. As though Damon is not the type of feral cat to kill other feral cats. Love that for him. And Mason's like, I will prove it to you. And that's also a special Muscatool that we're going to save for later. So, Sheriff Forbes says the words, Damon Salvatore is my friend, which might be the most shocking shit we've heard all season.
That someone likes Damon, right?
Like, I know, right? That's the most shocking thing I've heard.
Also, I loved how she was like, the Founders Council, it's a secret. And I love the first rule of the Secret Founders Council, don't talk about the Secret Founders Council.
Yeah.
Just don't talk about it.
Just don't. It's fine.
I like that. Like, Damon, like, Liz and Damon are friends. Like, at the end of the day, they are friends. And I like that. Because that is another secret Muscatool we will use for later.
God, we really need to stop making this joke. We're going to drive it in the
there's
fucking
just so many Muscatools in this one.
There are. There's so much. This is a good episode for foreshadowing. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
There's so much. So, Elena at one point during this scene, I think, says about Catherine, we're like the same person. Like, yeah, no shit, Elena. That's a fucking doppelganger. You know this by now.
It's like in the last
she looks
episode,
just like
exactly. She looks exactly like me while looking straight up at her. Like, no shit, Elena. Of course she looks exactly like you.
This is Elena's no shit Sherlock moment, and this will continue to be Elena's no shit Sherlock moment. Because, like, yeah, no fucking shit.
So,
yeah.
Elena, there's so many traits that you have where I'm always like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know if this is it, Elena. This one? I don't think this is it, dude.
No.
The next two notes I have are, oh shit, they know, and then oh shit. I don't know where this comes into play. I think it's the lemonade.
I do too. I know where this all comes in.
Okay, Brian, explain.
Yes, Brian, you may explain.
I will explain. I will explain it all. It's basically like, I think Mason poisons the lemonade with vervain, and a little girl gives it to Damon. I remember that vividly because it was so freaking funny. But Liz finds out, and Mason, I think, lures Stefan and Damon out into the woods. And like before Mason and Stefan are like about to kick his, but before Stefan and Damon are about to kick Mason's ass, the deputies show up, shoot Stefan and Damon, and drag them to the Lockwood cellar.
That is true. They do have a dramatic encounter in the woods. The deputies shoot them with like wooden bullets or whatever. And right before this happens, Caroline gets an inkling that something is up because her mom like is leaving the park in a hurry. And so she's like, this does not vibe right with me. So after these boys are getting like shot and dragged off, she goes up to like a hill with Elena and is like zoning in on her vampire hearing, which I love.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Caroline, you're so powerful.
She's so good.
She is.
And then she comes to a forest clearing. Yes.
The number one rule for vampire hearing is always put your hair behind your ear, so that way you know that you can hear better.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very like
it's a very smart tool
very
to
important.
use.
Very important. So Elena and Caroline. Shut up, Brian. So Elena and Caroline go into the woods. They come across Mason Lockwood. And Caroline is like, where the fuck did they go? What did you do with them? And Mason's like, what the fuck do you give a shit? She's like, I just do. So where are they? And he like won't tell her. And then he threatens Elena.
And then Caroline is like, I don't think so.
Kicks his ass.
She kicks his ass into next week. She is queen of my heart.
So good.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think you wanna challenge me. And then she's like, actually, I do think I do. And then just kicks his ass.
It's so good. I love Caroline Forbes so much. Just so much.
Yeah. She really just deserves the world, you know?
She really does. And so they go, Caroline focuses in her hearing a little bit more. They go to the that underground room in the Lockwood estate, or the old Lockwood estate. And Caroline's like, I can't go in there. My mom's in there. She's going to know that I'm a vampire. Like, I cannot do that. And Elena's like, fuck it. I'll just go. And so Elena just goes in, and she like gets apprehended by one of the guards immediately because she's a weak human teenager.
What's she gonna do?
Just exactly, what the fuck you gonna do, Elena?
Like,
and then
nothing.
She tried,
and then suddenly the door closes, and there's a blur, a rush of wind, It's like a horror movie all over again.
Wind.
It's so good. And then a man dies because Caroline Forbes starts motherfucking tearing them apart. And I just want to say, Queen, you're so powerful. Bite me instead. You're just so powerful.
I mean, Caroline also, when the other deputy went to shoot Caroline, she just used the deputy as a human shield.
So
like,
smart. So smart.
Amazing.
She's just so good.
I will say though, after like she like bit the deputy, there was like a placement of blood like all around her like chin and mouth, and that really grossed me out for a sec. I was like,
it's fine. She's a vampire.
I loved it.
It can't all be like sparkling and Twilight and roses.
I get that. I just am very grossed out by blood. So this is a great show for me to be watching.
I was gonna say, I hate to tell you about the entire concept of this show.
Yeah.
Caroline just says, "Hi, Mom." And I just want to say, she has my heart and my soul. Do what you want with it, Queen. Just take it. It's yours.
It hurt.
It really did.
That, though.
It
did.
Really hurt.
That's like Liz's like worst fear, like ever. Like her own daughter becoming a werewolf, a vampire.
Yeah.
It just hit hard.
But it was such a good scene.
It hit, man. It fucking hit.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say other than it fucking hit, and this episode hurts.
And like,
it just hurts, man.
I wrote in my notes that like being a vampire is like a metaphor for being gay, and like,
okay, yes. They start to like dive in on this episode, I think, in a really like fun. I mean, not fun. It's not fun.
It's very sad.
No, it
very
is not
sad
fun.
kind of way. But Liz Forbes just straight up like compares vampirism to homosexuality, and I'm like kind of about it because your bitch loves a good metaphor. I really do. I love a good analogy, and they're gonna hit on it. They're gonna hit on it with a baseball bat for the rest of this season, and it's gonna hurt, folks. I think it's this season that thing happens.
Yeah. I think...
Isn't it?
What thing?
The thing with her... Let me just see here. Maybe?
Oh, with, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now.
Is that...
no, it's season 3.
Okay. So this is a secret Mousecatool that we will keep for later.
I just love how you guys continue to be like, this is a secret Mousecatool. This is a secret Mousecatool. And I'm over here like, I don't fucking know what's going on.
I'm sorry. That's the part of this podcast that's so fun, is that you don't know what the fuck is happening, and I do to an extent, and Brian definitely has the galaxy brain going on, and I'm just like, I think this is gonna come back to haunt us. I'm pretty sure it will, but that's about it. So
I do like how Liz literally looked at Damon and was like, kill me. It's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want this. I don't want this. And Damon like broke my heart to do it.
But that broke my heart because of the fact that like you hate your daughter so much that you don't even want to be here. You decided that you wanted to die, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah. Fucking ouch, dude.
I do love how Damon like did say, I'm not gonna kill you because you're my friend. And I was like, oh, yes, thank you.
It's a two-way street. I'm like, that's kind of sweet. That is nice that that's a two-way street. Because that doesn't often happen with Damon, but that's a two-way street.
I mean, Damon doesn't have a lot of friends, so...
That's true. If he killed Liz, he would be left with, like, -1.
Yeah, so...
And even now, they're, like, not kind of friends right now. So...
Yeah. Also, we didn't really skip over it.
The other Giler stuff?
Yes, I was like, no, we didn't. I was like, wait, we were getting there.
It was a long, kind of drawn-out sequence in the middle there that they didn't cut to the Giler stuff. But now...
Yeah.
Teen party time in an empty house where they're all drinking the worst alcohols for teens to drink, which is all the dark shit. Because, y'all, those taste bad. Like, real bad.
But, like, Tyler shows Jeremy the Moonstone. No one knows what it's for. I do, though. But like it's interesting because Tyler trusts Jeremy, so it's like,
You know, got to build trust in your relationships. You know.
Yep. And then I love how her name was Sarah, right?
Which one?
Yes, the other one. Yes,
Corey and the house girl.
Yeah, Corey and the house girl. Yes.
She just came running in, and her and Amy like took the moonstone and just were like, "We're gonna run around, and be drunk, wee." And like, I loved how Tyler just was, and like Amy was like, "Sarah, don't be a bad drunk," and it's like, "Oh, girl." But like,
you already a bad drunk.
Honestly, but it was honestly such a great scene because like Tyler almost triggered his curse.
That was
So at some point at the end of the sequence, Sarah falls down the stairs, and you can see the visible fear on Tyler's face.
I was also afraid.
She just fell. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
And there's like those moments where you're like, oh shit, did she just like fucking die? And then she opens up her eyes and you're like, whew, okay.
And she's like, you pushed me.
That's mean. Like, yeah, okay, shut up. I mean, be alive. Don't shut up, but shut up.
Like, it could have been much worse. Much worse than you being like, oh, you pushed me.
You pushed me. That hurt my feelings. Oh, God. That moment was just so...
It was good, though. And then they go back to the Salvatore house, because that's where all the episodes end this time of day.
It's always the Mystic Grill and the Salvatore house. That's the only two places they have.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler gives Mason the moonstone. He does give the moonstone. And then Stefan and Elena have a conversation. Stefan's like, I need to like be able to drink human blood again because I was almost dead today because I was so weak from animal blood. So boy needs to get his shit together. And she's like, okay, fine, just a little bit every day. You can build up a tolerance to it. That'll be fine. Which I'm like, okay, that is how that works, kind of, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that would work. And he's like, here, let me help you. And then she just stabs herself in, like, the middle of the palm of her hand. And I'm like, bitch, if you're just looking for a drop, just prick your fucking finger. She just stabs herself with, like, a letter opener in the middle of her hand. Like, girl.
There's so
it's
many,
you and me, Stefan.
There's so
Always.
many things with this scene that made me uncomfortable. So many. Of just, like... all the sexual undertones plus like
blood drinking in this show is like half sexual, half murder. Sometimes it's both. It's normally sexual, though.
But then also the idea of like Elena feeding him a little bit of her blood, like her like having to like be like, here's some blood, sir, for like helping you with your problems.
Please, have some more.
It's like
it's
like
the one note
it's like I'm your servant type undertones, and I'm just like, no, I do not like that.
I
weird.
will say though, blood sharing is a very intimate thing.
Stop.
For vampires. What? It is.
I know, but I'm literally gagging right now. Literally about
beautiful.
to vomit.
I love the scene. I love the scene though.
It's a
thing that happens, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
The Stelina scene, iconic.
But she also just stabs herself in the middle of the hand. Like, bitch.
That was weird.
Anywhere else. Like, prick your finger, not just in the middle of the palm of your hand. Oh, just disgusting.
Yeah, it's just, there's just so many undertones in that one scene where I'm just like, all of this is very weird that you all decided that was the move. That was the move to make.
That was the vibe.
And I don't like it.
It's the vibe, dude.
Vampires but make them sexy. Anyway.
They try. And then we cut to a car in like a darkened part of the forest.
There's something we skipped.
Is there?
Yeah.
The Liz and Damon talking in the dungeon.
Yeah. Because when
okay, explain, Jordan.
When we come back, when we come back, Caroline is like has like a suitcase and is moving into the Salvatore house for some time. And then she almost passes by where Damon and Liz are. And then that's when Liz says, "Oh, I would rather die than just like, have my daughter being a vampire." And you're like, "Oh, Caroline overheard that. That's so fucking sad." And then
I did oh, then there's a then.
Oh no, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
No, I was gonna say, right, like I loved like how like Liz was like, "Keep Caroline away from me," and Damon was like honestly, like, "She's your daughter," and Liz went,
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
that hurt.
Yeah.
That was a punch to the gut.
So like,
because I did write, like, I think after this is a bit how I wrote this was like, but like this the metaphor for this one, a lot of kids could probably relate to it, but for some kids, yes, their parents just hate them for who they are, and it's not fair. Hi, I'm emo. I don't know why I wrote it like that, but like
this is
like you get the gist.
Hey, this is a comparison to homosexuality. Did you know we're gonna bury that point home? Hey, did you know that it's about the gays? Hey, did you know?
Did you know?
Did you notice that?
It's about the gays.
So then after that happens, later on, after the whole scene with Tyler giving Mason the moonstone, then Elena says something along the lines of like, the person who was with Liz today, that was the person who was my friend right before all that stuff with Jeremy happened. And I was just like, Elena, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's correct. Damon has never been this nice before. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But he was a dick.
He was the worst throughout all of season 1, had no redeeming qualities, and then all of a sudden Elena was like, "Oh, you're my friend now," even though you tormented one of my friends and had a role in having a role in being the reason why one of my other friends' grandmother died. You know?
And also murdered my little brother.
Yeah. Well,
Brian, I can see you doing the hands.
In season 1, so I'm not counting it. But
okay,
but throughout season 1, he didn't do anything that like made it seem he was a nice person. This is the first time we've ever seen Damon do something that wasn't selfish and annoying.
She has a point. This is the first. Point
towards the end of season 1, though.
He kissed Elena towards the end of season 1. His brother's girlfriend.
That's true. This is the first time that I have even given Damon some rights. This is the first time he has gained one right in my book. You were gonna say, Brian. Say your 3 words. I was
saying, like, towards the end of season 1, like, Mystic Falls and, like, everything, like, with Damon, like, helping with Stefan and, like, trying to get him back to normal. Of course he did some stupid things, but, like, he also did try to make things better, but, like, it's Damon, so he messed it up. So,
but, like, here's the thing. Was that because Damon was a good person, or was that just because it was self-serving and Damon thought that would help him out in the long run?
He stepped in for Stefan and danced with Elena, so that's a good move in my book. You can't see it.
Filthy Delena shipper. I think the finger gun was implied. The finger gun was implied.
I hate to admit it.
Here's the thing, maybe now that Damon is showing like a nice side, I can be like, oh, okay, maybe like there is like something underneath there where it's like maybe he does have redeemable qualities, but that has not shown up in all of season 1, which is why I was so frustrated that Elena like suddenly became friends with him out of nowhere for some reason during season 1. You know what I mean? Like, it made no sense. And now they're acting like something happened that didn't happen. It just...
They jumped from point A to point C, and then they're like, hey, do you see point B back there? And we're like, no, we didn't actually.
Exactly.
Thanks for asking.
Like, they just did a bad job during season 1 of, like, trying to make it seem like he was a redeemable person, because he wasn't throughout all of season 1. He was an asshole throughout all of season 1.
That's true. You're right, and you should say it. But next, we should move on to the final scene of this episode, which now I think is the final scene, right? I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay. A close-up, a car in a darkly wooded area. Approaching Mason Lockwood with the moonstone. He gets into the car. He's like, hey, sup, I got the moonstone. Who is in the driver's seat? She turns, reveals her face. It's
Stefan
Catherine.
Salvatore.
It's Elena Gilbert. No, it's Catherine. Catherine is in the front seat. And you can see they share a kiss. And I just want to say, Nina Dobrev really had to kiss every man on this show at least once. And I am so sorry, honey.
Yeah, they really did that.
I am so sorry.
It's under contract.
It really
it's in the
was.
union contract.
It was just like, oh man, I'm sorry, sweetheart. You really had to do that, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're all like at least passably cute, but damn. Bitch,
they're,
damn.
They're like,
well, Nina got
one,
lucky. Mason's hot.
That's true. Mason's the best looking one thus far, I
think.
will
say Mason is the best looking one so far. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. Once Stefan gets his eyebrows under control, then he can talk. But right now,
I think what really does it for me with Mason is his curly hair. It's very nice.
That's true. The curly hair is very good.
Yes.
It's not like emo hair that Damon has. It's not like the hero hair that Stefan has. It's just like a nice curly hair.
Yeah.
I'm biased because I have curly hair, but
I also have curly hair.
He's just a pretty man. He's just a pretty boy.
I'm just here.
Brian's just here with his emo ass hair. It's fine.
His coconut hair.
But then it is finally revealed.
You don't understand me, Mom.
Season 1 Jeremy Gilbert tease, honestly. Then it is revealed that when Mason, we're going back to what we talked about at the beginning of this episode, when Mason killed that man, the person who emerged from the crowd is Catherine.
Yeah.
She's like,
we all know that like Catherine was the one who made it seem that the guy, like that Mason was sleeping with that guy's girlfriend. Yeah,
she so she probably compelled him to go she probably compelled him to go at Mason and just not stop,
so that he would activate his curse.
Exactly. So she needed a werewolf, she made a werewolf.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all
Pierce
that's all of Kill or Be Killed. Yeah, she is that iconic bitch. Yeah. That's all of Kill or Be Killed. I actually really liked that episode.
I also really liked it.
Me too.
Pretty good episode. So far, I know we've been talking about how eventually season 2 will have a decline because we've been rating these episodes so highly. I don't know if they will.
Yeah, neither do I. I will say, I think I said this on Twitter a while back, but I do think so far, I mean, we only have one season to compare it to, but season 2 is definitely better than season 1.
Best season of TVD we've watched thus far. I know we've only watched 2, but best one out of those 2.
Because like it feels like they finally found like their tone of voice and they like know what works, what doesn't work. They don't have any so far I don't think there've been any filler episodes. Not to say that the filler episodes last season were bad, because I actually enjoyed some of them, but so far pretty good. Pretty good job, you guys.
Episode 6, Plan B. The description is, Catherine chooses a new victim. Bonnie discovers new information about Mason and shares it with Stefan. So, this episode actually kind of fucking slaps. Not gonna lie, this episode kind of hits.
I like this episode a lot.
This episode hits.
I love this episode.
This is a good... And the thing is, they like have like most of the cast, if not all, I believe. And like, they're all like interacting in fun ways. And you're just like, yes! Like, like there's this one scene, we're gonna probably get to it, but there's like, it's like Tyler and Jeremy interacting, and then Jeremy leaves, I think, and then Tyler and Stefan are interacting, or it's one or the other, but like, it's just like so many like, it's so good. I love this episode.
They use their cast really well in this episode. So, Wind, calm down. This episode starts off with Stefan and Elena in bed together.
Yay!
Which is cute.
Yeah.
They're cute for now. I'll let them have their moment. Then it cuts very masterfully. The transition is so good.
The person
Catherine
who does
and
all
Mason.
The transitions on this show, give them a raise. Give them a raise. They are just knocking it out of the park every time.
This first sequence of transitions between Stefan and Elena and then Catherine and Mason, very good.
So good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Elena has now learned how to actually prick her finger and not just stab herself in the palm of the hand. So let's give it up. Round of applause for her character growth. She knows how to prick a finger
hand.
now. Okay, well, now she knows. She's getting better. Catherine says that she loves Mason, which is cute.
But also,
I mean,
obviously
lying.
not true.
She's lying.
It's a dirty ass
but
lie.
It's cute. Yeah, exactly.
She's a dirty ass lie.
She really is.
Also, Catherine's a biter.
She is, canonically.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yep.
I feel like that can be implied with the vampirism thing, but, you know, good to have confirmation.
I wrote down that it's like a juxtaposition. That's not the word.
Juxtaposition?
Juxtaposition between real love and fake love. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Get deep with it. All right. What's up?
You know, sometimes.
Mason probably loves Catherine, but Catherine's like,
sometimes.
Okay, great.
Oh, no. Catherine definitely does not love Mason. That's a fact. She doesn't care about him. She's
Catherine
clearly
doesn't love
using
anyone.
him.
Yeah. Pixel, can you stop eating my cords, please? 1 second.
The only person Catherine cares about is... There's only 2 people in the world Catherine cares about. I'm so sorry. 2 people. Herself and Stefan Salvatore.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Hey! Stop! Stop eating my cords! What the fuck? Hey!
It's a new diet.
Yeah. It's a new, very expensive diet. Hi, guys. I'm down here. Hi. Hi. Sup?
It's a new diet called electrocution.
Oh, God.
Get skinny in just 12 days.
Oh, God.
Basically, yeah.
With just 1 shock, you will lose 1 pound.
Oh, God.
Stop. She's already such a small little cat. She's already such a small little baby.
Oh, God. I'm so funny. Oh, please keep this in.
Or my technical difficulties because my cat's about to fucking eat my mic cord.
Yep.
Perfect! She is just banished to be in my arms for the rest of this episode.
This will be interesting.
This will go well.
This is gonna go very well. Okay, so Jenna do be meddling though. She do be out here meddling, and I love that for her.
But also, she do be knowing about Elena and Stefan having sex in her underneath her roof, and it's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, she's just like
she's not like regular aunt. She's a cool aunt.
She is the cool aunt.
She most definitely
She do be out here knowing.
Do be out here be like, but that's not what I heard last night or this morning, ma'am. Excuse me,
ma'am. You listen to that and you just let it happen, ma'am.
No wonder.
Ma'am?
No wonder why Elena spends so much time at Stefan's house, and Jenna's just like, all right, cool.
Lit. I don't need to buy groceries for you this week then. What's up? Like,
Jenna's just like, I made dinner. Sorry, going to see Stefan. Bye.
Like, also that shit would not fly. If my mom's like, hey, I made dinner, and I'm like, all right, bye, going to see a friend. She's like, no, you're going to sit down and eat dinner first.
I wasn't even allowed to leave my house regularly growing up. Like, that's such a privilege.
I just had a very trusting mother.
That's
my mom trusted me, but also if she made dinner, I was gonna sit down and fucking eat it. Trust be damned, I don't give a shit. Too. Like,
but also I won't lie, I ate mostly takeout growing up, so.
Well, that's true.
Anyway, but yeah, they're also setting up for the masquerade ball. Cue Phantom of the Opera.
They do be having another useless ball / fundraiser / dance.
It's just at this point.
Hell yeah.
At this point, like, if I was in this town, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on, my dude? Like, why are we having so exhausted. Many balls? Like, why?
I know. When does anybody in this town get any time just for them?
Yeah.
You know? Like, I love me some social events sometimes, but I need at least a 3-week recharge before I see a lot of people in one place again.
Yeah. And they're just like, new week, new ball, new fundraiser, new town event. Come on. Come all. You're all being forced to come because this is a town event. and town events are important for the foundation of this town.
The Founders Council. Don't forget about them.
Yeah, that.
God, how could anybody in this town forget about them, honestly?
I think like the reason they like established in like season 1 or something, like the reason they have like all of these parties and everything like that is so the Founders Council can meet. I don't know if they still be meeting though, but like.
Yeah, but also, and now here's the thing. I love me a good in-universe calendar of events. Very helpful to like writers and fans alike to keep straight when shit is going down. I do so love me a good calendar of events. This though, kind of fucking ridiculous.
It's not.
I do so love it, but
it's not like it's like once in
every shit.
It's not like it's once in every like couple of episodes, or like every like very nicely spaced out between. There's like an event, and then they're like, oh, here's some more episodes that are not surrounded by an event. No, every episode right now feels like there's an event going on. That's like the main thing pushing the plot forward, and it's like, why there's so many events.
And also, like, it's just, yeah. God, they just have so many.
Like, how are you
I would love to live in Mystic Falls, though.
Really? With all the vampires and werewolves running around?
Yes. Because then I could be a part of the Mystic Falls gang and actually have some importance in my life.
You would die. If you're not a part of the main cast, you're gonna die.
I'm cannon fodder.
That's fine. We love that.
I do like my note that I wrote, like, Bonnie, there she is.
Oh, yeah.
Bonnie's back!
Bonnie's back.
She's back,
I miss Bonnie. She was gone for like 1 episode, and I'm like, where is she?
Yeah, same.
Where is she? I need her back.
Honestly, same.
But I do like the stuff that happened with Bonnie this episode. Like, how her and Elena, like, are on the outs. Like, her and Elena, like, they're never on the outs. It's because Elena's kind of technically. I just saw the cat just run across the screen. And
you can just see her tail and just like go fast. Yeah,
I got scared for a second, but I just loved how
she'd be
Elena.
Here.
She is here. How Elena and Bonnie just were a little bit on the outs, and Bonnie basically was like, "I'm not holding back. I'm going to say what I want to say, and you are gonna listen."
Fuck yeah!
And it was great. Bonnie Bennett just doing all,
but also
best for all of us.
I will say throughout the entire episode. Because not only are Bonnie and Elena on the outs, but Bonnie and Caroline are also, like, not doing great right now. Bonnie's just, like, kind of...
They are super on the outs.
She's kind of, like, friendless, kind of, right now. I don't know who she's hanging out with, because she's not talking to both of her close friends.
Yeah, she really do be struggling.
She's not hanging... She's probably hanging out with Matt Donovan.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I think that... I guess I was just, like, a little frustrated with Bonnie. This entire episode. I mean, not the entire episode, just like the first half. Because I was just like, Bonnie, like, I love you, and I get where you're coming from. But also, like, it just, at this point, is kind of just like, I get your reasoning, why you're, like, wary of the vampires, and, like, don't want your friends hanging out with them. But also, like, a few minutes later, you're just talking to Stefan. So, like, is there really a reason for you to be that angry with your good friend Caroline? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. She's really, like... She really do just be like, what the fuck is she doing right now, honestly? Like...
I think...
She's just having a time.
Yeah, Bonnie's just a little bit all over the place. She's trying to figure out, like, where she stands in all of this. Like, does she want to end up like her Grams? Like, is she going to be a tool used by Damon and Stefan to win the day or save Elena? Like, she's just trying to figure out where she fits, like, where her puzzle piece fits into the big puzzle, basically.
Yeah, and she doesn't need to be worried about being used as a tool by the boys or by the enemy or whoever, because she is just going to be used as a plot device for Julie Plex's whims. And that's pretty obvious this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which...
Because Bonnie has a thing called a vision.
Yeah, we'll go into it later. Sorry, there's a cat just like here right now.
Hi.
And she really would just be sitting on my keyboard, baby. What was I fucking saying here? That Bonnie really do be a plot device this episode.
Yeah.
She really do.
Yes.
She really
needs
is.
to be, but she is. And this episode is the beginning of what I will affectionately call the storytelling technique that Julie Plec loves to use of slap a Bennett Witch on it. It's Bennett Witch Flextape.
Yes.
You use it all the goddamn time for any problem that you have, and that's just how it be, you know? Like,
Bennett Witch saves the day. Bennett Witch will do it all.
yeah, it's Bennett Witch Flextape, and we are going to, and I will seriously keep bringing this up every time it happens, because it happens an outrageous amount of times. Amount of times over the course of TVD.
Even though Bonnie is being used as a plot device this episode, it's not like she's only being used as a plot device.
That's true. She is like our Sims God mode cheat, but she also is just like in the world, hanging out, having
like
a good time.
She does have like another. Time. She also has another storyline in this episode, so like it's not like
that's true.
It's not like that's her sole purpose, which is like, I mean, honestly, it feels like the bar is in hell at this point.
The bar is so low.
Yeah, Bonnie just shows up going, "Ves matos, okay, goodbye."
Bye.
It's like,
but like she actually, like, that's one thing that I love about Bonnie is that, like, even though she's used a lot of the times, and I will admit, a lot of the times as a plot device, she does have character development. Like, they do develop her character, so it's like, I can't really argue.
Exactly. Like, I can't be too mad because while you are using this Bennett Witch Flextape, you're also giving her, like, a Bennett Witch spa day, too. So it's okay. She has feelings and thoughts and emotions.
Like, it could be worse, but also it could be better.
It could be better.
Could be worse. It could be worse, but it could be better.
Could be worse, though. Let's focus on that point.
Yeah,
could be worse. So, let's go back. Let's just go to the top of the episode here. We're going to kind of get back on track. Caroline goes down in the morning to check on Liz. And Liz says some hurtful shit.
Yeah.
Liz just be on her shit.
And like...
She really does.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just feel really bad for Caroline in this moment. Not only because, like, it feels just like... And it's been like this, I feel like, since season 1, where, like, Caroline has been the odd one out. People are just, like, not paying attention that Caroline is just, like, not going through the best of times. Like, throughout all of season 1, it was, like, Damon and, like, manipulating Caroline. And no one really noticing, like, oh, Caroline, someone should be watching out for her. And then in the beginning of this season, it's like she dies, right? And turns into this vampire, which is, like, I guess they really couldn't have been there for her when Catherine, like, killed her because of the fact that it was, like, not during visiting hours or whatever. But, like, but, like, now we have a whole thing of, like, Caroline having to deal with this whole thing with her mom not accepting her for being a vampire. But not only that, also Bonnie is also not accepting her for being a vampire. So, like, she's going through it constantly, it feels like.
Yeah, she'd really be going through it. She also says this badass line, though. She says this to her mom. She's like, it's not like I died or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bitch! Yeah. She really be out here, like,
but
not
I love how
Liz
punches. Replied, though. Did you, though?
Yeah. Like, also, good question, though. Very valid question. Did you die? I mean, like, yeah. The trauma's there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, like, even if she didn't, like, I guess fully die because she, like, came back to life, she went through the trauma of someone killing her and now has that memory in her mind. Like imagine that's like having a near death experience and then having to deal with that trauma and not going to therapy for it. Just having to deal with it on your own. It's just really sad for Caroline. I feel like it's always really sad for Caroline, though. She's always, like, in these, like, really heartbreaking, troubling situations where you're like, wow, I really wish I could get you out of there, baby, but I can't. You're a fictional TV character.
It's
I
valid.
do love the... Oh, sorry. It is
valid.
I do like, though, how upstairs in the lovely Salvatore living room, Alaric comes in with an Aztec curse. Dun dun dun.
That's the secret mouse tool that's going to help us later. We came back around, y'all. We finally got a mouse tool back. We talked about the Aztec curse again.
Yes. The amount of times I heard watching season 2 as it aired previously on the Vampire Diaries, the werewolves and vampires used to roam freely in the sun until the Aztecs put a curse on them, and I'm just like, God, shut up.
The Aztec curse.
You get it. There's an Aztec curse.
Hey, did you guys know that there's an Aztec curse? Hey guys, did you know that there's a curse? It was made by the Aztecs.
Yeah.
It's on this
but
show
I
now.
will say, though, it is very interesting that they're kind of bringing that back and like saying like, yeah, it's kind of true. Like there's some truth to this. Like
it does be happening.
Yeah, and I like how it ties into the Moonstone as well, and like we need the Moonstone, and Jeremy's like, great, I'll get it from Tyler, and then Tyler's like, ooh, fun story about that.
Macguffined it. It's already somewhere else. I will say at one point during this scene, all of them, it's three boys in the living room. It's Alaric and Jeremy and Damon. At one point, the camera panned, did like a shot on each of them, and at one point, all of them were standing there with their arms crossed. And I just want to know, why does every man on this show just stand there with their arms crossed all the damn time? Like, we get it. Your arms are pretty good, but like, damn.
Attack.
Damn.
Listen, that's how I stand too sometimes.
Why is that just like, I gotta just cross my arms, y'all. I just gotta. I don't know why, I just gotta. It's like you give yourself a little hug.
But isn't that like
it's a power move.
But also, isn't that a defense mechanism? It's like
they're just like protecting themselves.
Like, isn't it that when you cross your hands like this is like you're saying, I'm closed off from the world today, and like
yes, it's a defensive kind of body language type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm closed off, don't talk to me.
So they're all
nobody's there to talk to you, Brian. You are alone in your apartment.
I kind of am, actually. Anyway, so Bonnie walks into Mason. Oh, I gotta talk about this. Mason realizing he fucked up and didn't get Stefan and Damon killed. Amazing.
He's like, hey, Stefan. Why are
Stefan's
you here right now?
Mason.
He's like, hey, what the fuck?
I thought he died.
It was great. And then he asks, like, where's the sheriff? And Stefan's like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry,
but I
she's
do like
fine.
How, yeah, I do like how Bonnie just, like, walked into him and she's just like, what?
She's just like, this is weird. She has
a vision of him kissing Elena, and then Stefan goes, that's Catherine. And they're like, oh,
here's the thing, right? Bonnie having a vision, that's fine. But of an event that happened in the past seems very unlike what happened throughout the entirety of season 1. Like, whenever Bonnie had a vision, it was always about something that was like about to happen in the future. Something, and I think it was also, was it always?
It was just like vague feelings of death, that
yeah,
sort of thing.
Exactly.
She was like ice cold,
which was cool. She was just vibe checking people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But now she can just like see things that happened in the past. Like, what?
Listen, Bennett Witch Flextape. Bennett Witch Flextape is so flexible, it can change from the day to the hour to the minute. You need somebody to see something that happened in the past. You need to see somebody that's happened in the future. You got it. Don't worry about it.
Because they have not. I want us to all think and brainstorm for a quick second.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a better way for them to do that?
No.
I hesitate to say yes or no, because when writing a TV show, everything has to work kind of so perfectly for the plot to come together sometimes. And some shows mask it better than others. Some shows mask it with less serendipity, more with like, oh, this is just this thing that was happening 3 blocks away the whole time. With the Vampire Diaries, they tend to show the process of everything happening. And so I think sometimes you get weird things like the visions change halfway through to be like, now they're no longer visions, they're no longer premonitions, they're straight up brain dives, they're straight up like, it's Vampire Diaries tends to be very literal with like everything that's going to happen you will see on screen. Here is how they figure out that thing. Like they tend to be very literal like that, which I don't think is necessarily a weakness. It's just weird. That's just how they do it, though.
I'm not against them like visually showing like how they got to the point of realizing that Mason and Catherine are a thing and that they should like investigate that further. I guess I'm more questioning, did they have to use a Bennett Witch to do that? Like could they have done that?
I hesitate to say yes or no again, but she is their most convenient plot device.
Yeah.
And sometimes a convenient plot device is better than a sledgehammer or whatever else they have to bring in to fix that problem otherwise, you know? And you'll see this a lot. I'm telling you this now because you're just getting into TVD. You will see this a lot. The easiest way I can think about it is compare Bonnie Bennett in TVD to Penelope's journal in season 1 of Legacies.
Yeah, also season 2.
The one where she... Yeah.
Like the first half.
Exactly. Literally a plot bible that she had in universe just like plucked from the ether, you know, to do that. Bonnie is like that journal, but if that journal was a living, breathing person who did everything. Like, you know, she is such a plot device, but I don't think that's necessarily a weakness or a strength. I think it's just how this show played out, and I can't say I love it, but it could be worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that a good non-answer? I think that's a good non-answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damon and Stefan approach Bonnie for help. Stefan is like, let's be nice to Bonnie because she's a witch who could kill us. And then Damon is like, actually, fuck that. He's like, you, witch, are going to help us. Like, hey, Damon?
Calm the
People
fuck
have names.
down. Calm
the fuck down.
Like, here we are again after the last episode where Elena's like, oh, sometimes you're nice. And then you take that, you're just like, oh, actually, let me be like a fuckwad to one of her closest friends right now. That seems like the right thing.
Let me just not call her by her name and let's just be like, you, witch, help me. Like, hey, bro?
Like,
bro?
What is wrong with you, my dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
everything.
Wild. A lot. Yes, you are correct. So
let's start at the beginning.
I was gonna say, do you want an alphabetized list? Do you want it in chronological order? Do you want it bullet points, or do you want like a whole list? Okay.
Yeah, there's a list.
Bonnie helps, actually, even though Damon was a royal fuckhead who didn't deserve it. Bonnie helps. She helps the boys capture Mason. The boys take her to the Salvatore house. Damon like chains him up or whatever, and he's like, hey, make him tell you where the moonstone is. And she's like, that's not how this McFucking works, my guy. So she does, though, because she's Bennett Witch Flextape.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's in a well. I think it's the well that we used to play around when we were kids. Like, it's down in some water somewhere, I think. Whatever. So Elena and Stefan go to the well. I don't think there's another scene in between there. The Caroline and Bonnie show up later. So Stefan is just like, yeet, I'm gonna just go down into this well without checking like what's at the bottom, aight? Yeet. So he just like cannonballs into that motherfucker and finds out that it's full of vervain, which like you can't smell that at that range. Like you were right there. And you're a vampire.
Wait, did they have super scent or just super hearing?
I don't think they have super scent, but if there was a plant that could kill me, you best bet I would know what the fuck that plant smells like at all points in time.
True.
I'd be like, does this kind of smell faintly like that plant that could kill me?
You know what they need?
No, thank you.
You know what they need?
They need a dog. They need a werewolf.
I'm not even gonna say a dog. I'm gonna make a reference to something that's outside of the Vampire Diaries universe.
Okay. Dun dun dun.
They need a crime.
They need a Chris Morocco from the Bon Appetit kitchen. Have you guys ever watched that?
Okay, I have been watching. Sidetrack for a second. I have been watching Bon Appetit for like this entire quarantine, and I love this. And I love it.
I love them so much.
Sorry,
there's
I agree.
There's like this.
I agree.
There's this. It's basically like a group of chefs, right? who like work at this place called the Bon Appetit test kitchen, and there's one of the chefs' name is Chris Morocco, and he does this series where, because he has like really good sense of like smell and taste and different things like that, so he does this series where he blindfolds himself, and then they give him a dish from like a famous chef celebrity, and then he has to recreate that dish by only like touching, tasting, and smelling the dish. It's
oh my god,
it's really so good.
It's so good. So that's what they need on their team. They need
definitely watch it during your quarantine.
Love that. Big fan. So Stefan jumps into the well and he's like, oh fuck, it's Vervain. And Elena's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And
Nathan's like, oh no.
Yeah, big oh no, baby. So Caroline runs up and she's like, is shit going down? Shit's going down. I think shit's going down. Caroline Forbes has my favorite, like, is shit going down instinct on this show by far. She's like, is some shit happening? Let's go. I love that about her. But she comes up and luckily there are just like some chains that are nearby, but Elena can't lift them because she's a puny human. But Caroline has vampire strength, so she's like, yeet, let's get you going. Let's go, baby. And then Bonnie also runs up. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? Second best is shit going down instinct on this show, I will say. Yes. It's those two, great team. Power couple.
I love that. Yep. I love that they made up this episode too. Like, I personally needed that. I personally needed them to be friends again. For me and me only.
Yes, I needed them to be... I needed them to be friends again too. I love them, and they're such a power couple.
Yeah, they are.
Not in like a coupley way, but in like a two very powerful people kind of way.
Yeah.
And so Elena gets lowered down into the well. She gets Stefan. They get Stefan like chained up, and they like get him out, and he is vervained as fuck. Boy got fucked up.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah. It's really bad.
It is.
It also, it looks a lot like, this is a reference that I know neither of you are going to get. Looks a lot like he's one of the runners from The Last of Us. He looks like a zombie from The Last of Us. Just like that very specific visual design. It looks like that, you know? I don't know why. It just like, it hit. It just hit just right for that.
Yeah.
And Elena's like, shit, I need to, like, find the Moonstone anyway, though, because if we don't find it, then Mason still has it, you know? So she's, like, looking around, rooting around the water, and she pulls up this box. She's like, oh, yay! And then also emerging from the water are some snakes
for some
fucking reason.
Why not?
And you're like, it would make more sense if the snakes actually did something, but in the end, she just got out of there unbitten? And you're just like, what was even the point of that? Like, why?
I don't know.
Everything.
Just snakes. They were just there, and she was, like, freaking out, and I'm like, they didn't even... I mean, like, yeah, snakes, they hurt, but they didn't look like poisonous snakes. They were just little black water snakes. Like,
yeah, like...
They weren't out here doing anybody no harm.
They were fine. And then you're the one who came and disturbed their little place that they had going on down there. I have like so many questions. Oh, actually no, I think I figured it out actually. Because I was wondering like, how does this well is just full of vervain, because isn't vervain a plant? But I assumed a lot of vervain somehow that Mason got was just like,
oh yeah, he absolutely just chucked that shit down there.
Yeah,
because you could even
he didn't
see
want
it.
Catherine to get it.
It was just like floating around there. Like it wasn't even like growing. It wasn't like a seaweed. He just like chucked it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to prevent Catherine from getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that scene resolves.
Yes.
Elena gets out of the well. They have the Moonstone. It's fine. Caroline, or wait, who has a mother-daughter talk? Is it Caroline and Liz?
Yeah, it's Caroline and Liz.
Caroline and Mom. The only mother-daughter duo in the show.
Oh, ouch. I mean, you're right, but like, ouch, damn, boy. So they have a cute little talk.
Oh my god, this scene.
I loved this scene,
This scene made me cry.
But it hurt.
Is it Okay, hold up. I have this note placed twice. I don't know if my notes just got fucked up. Is this the time where she tells her mom about the thing?
About what thing?
Let me see. I don't know why I think I just misplaced my mother-daughter note here, actually. Not gonna lie.
Because Caroline and her mom do talk earlier, and
yeah,
Caroline
you
is like
did
explaining
misplace it.
like Caroline and her mom, they're like having like a whole bunch of like conversations about vampires and like what they do, blah 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 blah.
That's it.
But that
it
happens
was like,
earlier,
are you dead? Are you not? It kind of they intersperse another little bit of it here, and then they go back to Damon torturing Mason.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Because they found wolfsbane, right?
Because Jeremy brought in a bunch of
werewolves.
Jeremy brings up a bunch of stuff, and he's like, he pulls out his Samsung phone with AT&T, which is a very sponsorship for the ages, folks.
Good ad.
Get that money.
You know what we should do? We should make a compilation of all the ads.
Their sponsorship moments. Yeah. It's very good. It would get copyrighted immediately, but we should. It would get copyrighted when it's still in our brains. He brings up, he's like, yeah, this plant is called a lot of different things, but sometimes it's called wolfsbane, and sometimes people say it hurts, and sometimes people say it doesn't hurt. So, go for it. And Mason's like, ah, shit. Because we had seen earlier, Mason put some sort of like planty protein in his drink when he was turning into a werewolf to try and stave off the transition. He put like a planty powder in his drink, which is something, I don't know if we caught that at the time, or if that comes up later. He chains himself up and he also drinks like a powder. I don't know if this is something we show up later, but I think it also happened earlier as well.
It also show up later too.
It'll show up later again, but I think it did happen this time, just maybe not on screen.
It was like a brief, like little, like
Yeah, it's like protein powder, but it made him hurt. So, Damon does what Damon does, and he just shoves it in his fucking mouth. And you can
Damon, iconic.
It visceral,
it was
like the
gross.
Visceral feeling. He like spits it out, and it's like blood and like brown is like coming out of his mouth. Again, with like the zombie imagery here for this episode, I don't know what they were on, but like I'm here for it. Just viscerally uncomfortable. Slaps though. The imagery, the side profile, the cinematography. Ooh, Academy Award.
Yeah, this episode was greatly shot.
It was. Some of these episodes are just like surprisingly good. I'm like, oh, so you were out here.
Yep.
You do be out here doing this, huh?
Yeah.
Damon also says the line.
I just love, but then yeah.
Damon also says the line, "Now I get it. You're just stupid." Because Mason's like, "Cat loves me." And Mason's like, "No, you're just fucking dumb." Which, like, maybe you're right for once. Maybe this is the one time you deserve rights, because you are correct.
Yeah, Mason you are just dumb. Yeah.
He continues. They torture each other. They go back and forth for a while, but in the end, Damon does rip out Mason Lockwood's heart. R.I.P. Mason Lockwood.
Womp, womp.
You're gone, but maybe quickly forgotten. I can't remember how the rest of the season shakes out, but you're gone and forgotten.
Yeah.
Rip. I've already forgotten your name.
And then we have the Caroline scene, the Caroline and her mom scene.
Then we have another Caroline and her mom scene, which is so cute but so painful. The gist of what Caroline says is, Stefan almost died, but Bonnie wasn't mean to me, so that's progress, which is the gist of what she says. She recaps their whole day's adventures, but basically she's like, Stefan almost died, but people like me again, so...
And I was like, good for you, Caroline. I'm really glad that you're happy about Bonnie liking you again, because I'm also happy about that.
I know, it's like, you deserve this win.
Yeah.
Get this win.
And then...
It was nice, though, but she had to compel it all the way.
Yeah, so then Liz is like, she's like admiring her daughter. And it's like, you've become such a confident woman. And it's just like, I accept you as a vampire. And don't compel me. They don't have to know. And then Caroline says...
She did it anyway.
She did it anyway. Because she said, yeah, you might accept me, but I know you'll never accept them, and you'll never be okay or comfortable with them, and I don't think I can do that. And then she just compels her, and it's the saddest compulsion ever. Like,
it is.
It's just like,
oh,
she's just like, we're gonna go home, and oh, I can't even. She's like, we're gonna go home, and you're gonna remember you had a flu or you got sick, and we fought about things. We fought, and I made you soup, and it was way too salty, and I was just like, oh my gosh, Caroline, you're killing me! Like, stop!
Yeah.
So self-sacrificing for Caroline, which is a total 180 from what we've like come to expect from Caroline 1.0 at least. This is like a new Caroline. This is Caroline 2.0.
Yeah.
She's a vampire and she's self-sacrificing.
Yeah.
And hurts my soul. Love her.
It hurts so much.
It does.
Caroline Forbes, I have feelings for you. I'm in your fan club. I'm the fucking president. Let's go. Caroline Forbes fan club. Assemble.
Unite. I will admit though, like how Caroline did all that though, like she knew, like she had a moment like to have her mom like fully accept her, but it was just
she was like, I know this is the right thing to do. Yeah.
But it was the right thing to do though. Yeah. But Caroline at least knows in the back of her mind, like her mom
loves her
regardless.
Yeah, which is so good.
My heart.
It is good for Caroline.
The metaphor for homosexuality continues, and my heart.
And then we move back upstairs where Damon is wrapping Mason into a rug. The ultimate respect. Mason gets a call. Ooh. From none other than the IRS. He owes
he owes a bunch of money. They're after him.
So much money.
He hasn't paid his income taxes in years.
No. No, it's actually Catherine. Are we surprised? No.
No, we are not.
But I loved how Damon answered. He goes, "Wrong boy toy." Like, yes.
Damon is kind of a dick for this one.
But also
Damon's a dick, but I love it sometimes.
Yeah, listen. He informs Catherine that Mason has died. He's like, yeah, Mason's right next to me, but his heart's all the way across the room, which I think is just funny. Okay, you got it. You got me. And Kat actually looks like a little sad about it for a moment.
And pissed.
She looks upset, but she also looks a little sad for a second.
And you're like,
like, did she actually have feelings for Mason? Like,
yeah.
What? Did she?
Did she fall for her own con, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Did she get in too deep?
Yeah.
She then reveals to Damon that since my plan A doesn't work, I have a plan B, and a plan C, and a plan D. And you do know how the alphabet works, don't you? I honestly don't think Damon does know how the alphabet works, though. For being very real, I want to take this moment. I don't think he actually does.
Yeah.
Damon Salvatore needs some alphabet help.
He doesn't seem like a person who, like,
you know how the alphabet works.
Knows how the alphabet works, knows how to think ahead and not be impulsive, you know, small things like that, where it's like a little common sense. Has none of that.
Damon needs to go to etiquette school.
He just needs to go to, like, school. I bet you he doesn't even have, like, a GED, right? Like, boy doesn't even, like, did he graduate elementary school? Did he, though?
I don't think they had that in 1864.
But he's been alive for, like, 100 years.
Yeah, does he have a GED?
I know, he probably went to college, though, but not for the education.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The finger guns were implied.
Finger guns are always implied.
Then we go to the Gilbert house where Alaric and Jenna are making dinner, and they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you.
OTP
They're kind of
things.
cute. They're kind of cute, though. I kind of dig it. And Elena comes and she's like, "Hey, what's up? Where's Jeremy?" She's like, "He just went up right to his room, wasn't hungry or anything." And then Jenna gets a call, and Elena's like, "Who's she talking to?" And Alaric's like, "I don't fucking know. I don't know shit, dude." Which is a very big Alaric mood. Love him. Love TVD Alaric. And Jenna comes over and she's like, "Hey, Elena, the phone's for you." And Elena's like, what the fuck? And she answers it. And it's her own voice speaking back to her, but also a different voice. Like, you can tell it's Catherine, even though it's Elena talking to Catherine. Which, again, I do just want to say, Nina Dobrev, your fucking power.
Yeah.
It's unmatched.
Great job.
I know. I loved how, like, how the call went, though. It was like, Elena goes, hello, and you just hear, hello, Elena. And you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, fuck.
So Catherine is like, it was all too easy to gain access to your house and get Jenna to stop putting on her vervain perfume and stop drinking her special tea. And she's been my little spy for weeks now. And I know about you and Stefan having your little morning meeting. And wouldn't it be better if Jenna just stabbed herself? And then in the background, Jenna just drives a fucking knife into her stomach.
And you're like, oh my fucking God.
Nobody is safe. You thought Jenna was safe because she's just out here working on her masters, like just being like a tertiary character? No, she is not. She is here. She is stabbing herself in the stomach because she is under compulsion. And oh my God.
Yeah, I loved how Catherine just manipulated that, like behind the scenes, just weaseled her way into Elena's life. And still, even though like she had Caroline probably wasn't going to last for that long.
Caroline was plan A.
Catherine needed a backup for her plan B. Ha ha! It all comes circling back. She needed
a plan B.
Yeah.
And a plan C.
A plan D. And a plan D. You know how the alphabet works, don't you, Jenna? Anyway.
It's just wild to me that was never like thought of a thing that Catherine can do. Cause like it's so obvious that could happen, but also it's so in the background that you're not even like thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're thinking that like, she has the vervain, like she takes the vervain perfume and then she drinks that tea with the vervain, and you like think she's good, but she's not.
Nope.
It just shows how in depth Catherine can go.
Yeah, she just fucking goes with it, dude. She just goes. And then we'll see her plan C in a little bit. Next up, we have Tyler having a conversation with his mom. His mom's like, oh yeah, Mason went back to Florida. Which is just, we all know. We all had a pet who died and our parents were like, they just went to a farm. You're like, no, they didn't. They died. And I think Tyler has that inkling as well. He's like, he wouldn't just ditch me right now. He said he was going to stick around and help. And
yeah.
Ouch, that scene actually hurts. I feel like, oh.
Yeah,
that hurts.
It does, because it's...
No, you can go, Brian.
No, I was going to say, because it's like, Tyler's losing a father figure. He lost his dad, and now he's losing his Uncle Mason.
Second time in 6 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, I will say, Tyler's dad, not the greatest father figure. Don't really care that he's gone, because he was like a bad influence. But Mason, I think Mason was kind of trying.
Oh, yeah.
He was actually trying.
So like,
especially with the werewolf curse stuff, he was like actually helping Tyler figure his shit out.
Yeah, so like it's just really sad to, even though he was kind of a shit person, for doing all the stuff he did. Like, it's kind of sad for Tyler to see that father figure who's probably would have been really helpful and important in his life, of him trying to figure out all this werewolf stuff, is like gone now.
Yeah, ouch! It hurts.
Yeah.
So
it does hurt.
Jenna gets like rushed to the hospital, and she's probably gonna be okay. That's kind of the
I think they established she's okay.
Yeah, she's gonna be good.
I think they established she's okay.
She's gonna be good.
She just
and then
out of commission for a little bit.
Yeah, Damon approaches Elena and he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't think." And like, do you ever think, Damon? Because I'm beginning to think, no, you do not.
I will say, Damon acknowledging
Are we about to defend Damon?
that it's his fault that this happened. Finally, acknowledge, like, take the responsibility for once, Damon. Thank you.
That's true.
But see, my thing is, Damon didn't know that would happen. Damon also probably had no idea that Catherine was manipulating Jenna.
But he knows who Catherine is. He knows who Catherine is and how she works.
It's also kind of strange that he threw away his only advantage in
that
informing
too.
Catherine that Mason was dead. If he just, like, hadn't picked up the phone, if he had just kept it for other reasons, if he had just let Mason disappear completely, he would have kind of still had that advantage a little bit for at least a little bit longer. But he went to gloat at Catherine immediately.
So, like, it's like that's 2 strikes. You know who Catherine is, and you also decided to relieve yourself of your upper hand. Like, for why?
Yeah, it's like
I do like that. Oh, sorry.
He knows how she meddles better than anyone else, and he still decided to play that game, knowing full well what she does. Like, he and Stefan know how she works, I think, better than most other people. And the fact that he still was like, I think I got this. No, you don't got this. You don't.
Fair.
You got outfoxed.
You actually said what I was going to say anyway, so it's like, okay.
And like, and like, I understand, like, oh, like, maybe at first glance he's like, oh, well, this is someone that you maybe hold as close to your heart or whatever, and like, you broke my heart, so now I'm gonna break your heart by like telling you this person's dead and like blah blah blah, this and that. But like, also, it was just a stupid move. Like, it honestly, it was just dumb. It was like purely dumb move.
It was not a great one.
Yeah.
Then the episode ends in Catherine's like room in the little bed and breakfast that she's in. And
we forgot something.
No,
did we?
No. We're about to get to the last
What happened
point.
to Stefan and Elena?
Oh, they like actually broke up. Oh, I just had a note that said "oh ouch," and I don't know what I was referring to there, but I think that's that "oh ouch" note. Stefan and Elena like actually splitsied.
Do you want to know what my note is? Because it's pretty cold stone. It's
the music isn't helping.
No, I said, why do I feel nothing while watching this breakup scene?
Yeah, it's really not. Like, I love them, but, like, this breakup scene kind of wasn't it, but also, like, it was it, man. I feel ya.
I was like, oh, I'm sad, but, like, this isn't, like, sad, you know? Like, it could be sadder.
Could be worse.
I just rewatched it before we filmed this episode, and ouch. Is all I can say to that. Like,
yeah, can confirm. Brian was, like, crying.
It just brought up so many memories because I was, of course, always rooting for Stefan and Elena, like from the end, like from the beginning, and it just like to finally see like that like official like breakup. Like, I know it's not gonna be official for like a little bit, but like it's still just like hurts because it's like they were supposed to be like the guiding light through all of this, and it's like Elena making that choice. Like, do I choose my family or do I choose the love of my life? She's like, I'm choosing my family. I'm sorry, Stefan. When it comes down to the people I love and you, I'm choosing the people that I love. And that's why Elena Gilbert is the best character. And I love her to death.
Okay, well, let's not get too far
best
here.
Character?
Let's not get too far out of our
Yes. Let's go back to Catherine and her lovely bed and breakfast.
Let's go back to Catherine in that cute bed and breakfast where she's so like, you're gonna be my plan B. I need a new werewolf, so you're gonna help me get one. So the camera kind of like pans down and you see it's Matt Donovan.
Yeah.
Matt Donovan is being manipulated by Catherine. And ouch, it do be hitting though, man.
The fact that she said you're gonna keep pushing Tyler over and over until he wants to kill you. It's like, oh my god.
I loved how that scene went. Like, she was like, and you're not going to stop. And then he just finishes the sentence for her. I'm not going to stop until he kills me. Like, that's just hauntingly scary.
It's like, oh
like
my
how,
god. Like,
Catherine
like, not only the fact that Tyler is she's gonna try to like make Tyler activate his werewolf curse, but by killing one of his best friends from childhood, that's just cold.
And even Miss Lockwood had even made the note. She was like, hey, I hadn't seen Matt around here for a while. It's good to see you guys back and talking. It's like, yeah, we've both been busy, but like, he's still my best friend. And you're like, oh, ouch, shit, ouch.
Yeah, it's just really, you're like, oh, fuck, this kind of really sucks.
Yeah.
We're doomed.
Yeah. I'm just gonna title this episode "Oh Ouch." That's it. That's this episode in a nutshell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of oh ouches, and because I can say the next 2 episodes, oh god, it's going to be a lot of
oh ouch,
it's not even gonna be oh ouch. It's gonna be like, hi, funeral home. Hi, thank you. I would like to prepare a funeral for myself, please. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Oh, that sounded very dark.
You know what? Sometimes that's how it be.
So for what I'm getting from our conversation here is that we're getting to the point in the Vampire Diaries where they're like, "Oh, you're hurting? You want some more?" It's like you know that.
Would you like some more pain?
It's like that TikTok meme where
don't be shy,
put some more.
I will say, foreshadowing going forward, we are going to get a lot of answers to a lot of questions. A lot of storylines for like the first 6 episodes will be wrapped up, but it will literally catapult us, and I'm saying a catapult, into the rest of season 2. And it's literally Julie Plec loaded the entire fandom into a catapult, all the plots, all the storylines. She was like, yeet, let's go. Her and Kevin Williamson, they did it hard, and they went hard with this season, and I am impressed with it.
They did.
And
so far, good season.
I'm going to say
that's true.
The next episode is by far one of the most memorable episodes of Vampire Diaries history.
Yeah. The next episode of Afterbite is gonna fucking slap, because we got a lot to go through with. Next episode, we'll be talking
so excited I'm going to be on it.
About Masquerade and Rose. And those are 2 episodes which, oh baby, keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
They're the top episodes of this season for me. Those two. Oh, it's the end of the Vicky chapter kind of thing. It's the end, when Vicky died. That was the end of a chapter. We're getting to that point again. We're getting to the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one.
So that's the end of a storyline and the beginning.
Yeah, it's just an A plot that they're finally wrapping up. You don't have to call it fucking chapters. Don't succumb.
This is the end of the chapter.
Don't succumb. Here's
the thing. I don't understand how you guys even came up with chapters, because me, a child, watching even any TV show, I knew there was such thing as an A and a B part of a season. So how did you just end up, that's a chapter?
Because in season 1, back in the ye olden days of 2010, 2009, Julie Plec or Kevin Williamson did an interview where they said this is the end of the Vicky chapter. Yes, we've discussed this, and the beginning of our next chapter.
There's such thing as an A and B part of a chapter. I mean, not of a chapter, of a season.
But the fandom adopted it.
I know.
The fandom adopted it, and
just because the fandom adopted it doesn't mean I have to sit here on my podcast and let you say it. Exactly. Just because everybody else does, not in this holy house. In this house, fuck the chapters. In this house, we're just taking a wild ride. I don't give a shit how we've split it up. We are just going. So fuck the fucking chapters. This is just not in this fucking household, okay? I know everybody else does it, but that doesn't mean we have to. Because fuck that shit. It's stupid. Anyway, Jordan, what do you rank episode 205, Kill or Be Killed?
Okay. I've been thinking about this for a while now, because it's been a while since I watched the episode. And I was just, I had it on my mind, because I was it was a good episode, right? But was it so good that I want to rank it a 9? No. I think while I was deliberating it, I was in between a 7.5 and an 8. So I'm going to give it a 7.75, because I feel that's the nice in the middle.
7.5. Okay, Brian, what are you ranking it? Kill or Be Killed?
Wait, did you say 7.5? I said 7.75.
Oh, 7.75. You're going real into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh.
Damn, bitch.
For me, I really enjoyed this episode because it was really just I don't know. It was just a lot of moments, and I know I say that a lot on this podcast.
I know you do.
I need a t-shirt that just says moments, Brian. Anyway, but it had my favorite moment of the entire of this season, Caroline, being revealed to her mom, the whole Blaze finding out about everything. I love that, so I'm gonna give it an 8.
8.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
It's not my favorite episode, but I love it.
Yeah. I will say, Brian, that's the lowest you've ranked an episode this season so far.
Yeah.
Which is shocking. I am actually gonna give Kill or Be Killed. I actually really fucking like it. Cause it's I just think it's a good episode. So I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. I genuinely think it's a pretty good one. Slaps pretty hard, but it does plant a lot of seeds, a lot of special Mouska tools that we're gonna use for later.
Yeah.
Jordan, what do you rank episode 206, Plan B?
This episode has been one of my favorites so far. It used all the cast, which I enjoy when writers can use even when they have like a big cast and they can use it very well and use all the characters to all their strengths. I really like that. I really like Bonnie came back, and she, like, even though she was being used as a plot device, she had like this whole entire scene with Caroline, this whole entire storyline with Caroline, and like learning to like accept her again and that she's her friend. I really liked also Caroline and her mom scenes, and like the whole compelling part. It was so sad.
It hurt. It hurt.
Near the end with Catherine like revealing that she's been like manipulating Jenna all this time was really good. And then the whole like Mason storyline and like getting him, and like the introduction of Wolfsbane, and like of them, like, I don't know, there's just like a lot of good storytelling this episode, and a lot of good use of characters. So I don't know if I want to give it I think I might give it a 9.
Giving it a 9.
I'm giving it a 9. I really enjoyed this episode. Like, even like the cliffhanger of like Matt like being compelled to go after Tyler until
good
Tyler
cliffhanger.
kills him. Like, that's just so good. Like, and I feel like it deserves a 9.
Okay, yeah. Brian, what are you ranking Plan B?
I'm going with Jordan. I'm giving it, but I'm gonna go. Hold on. 9. I'm gonna go 9.
9? Not like a 9.5 or anything like that.
I was considering it, but like I just kind of wish there was like a little bit more Catherine. That was my thing, like a little bit more sprinkle of Catherine. But honestly, though, like this episode is one of the more memorable ones for me. Like,
yeah,
in a long time, one of the more memorable ones.
Yeah, it is. It's good. And in a season 2 that has been, thank you, Pixel, pretty good thus far.
You're welcome.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
Don't be fucking rude.
Don't be fucking rude.
Are you kidding me?
Cat? Don't be fucking rude. Goodbye. Okay. What am I ranking this one, huh? What am I ranking it?
I don't know. What are you ranking that one?
I think I might go with y'all, and I might do a 9 as well. 9's across the board, actually. I think it kind of fucking hits. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think it kind of fucking slaps.
Look at us.
I know, look at us. We're Pixel. I just started running across my goddamn keyboard.
At least she's doing it at the end.
Stop it. Stop it. I love you, but I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Hey, you, stop. Yeah, so 9's across the board for that episode. Damn, we really liked that one, huh?
So far, season 2 is shaping up to be a pretty good season. Not a lot of...
It kind of fucking hits.
Like, have we had any rankings below, like, a 5 so far?
No, we have not.
Yeah.
No?
It's been
we have...
good.
They really...
The lowest ranking we have right now is, I think you ranked Memory Lane a 7. That's the lowest ranking we have right now. So... Fucking slaps, y'all.
Yeah.
Next week, we are going to be talking about episode 207 and 208, Masquerade and Rose. Rose, I think, is one that we're going to go kind of hog fucking wild on.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of fucking go feral. We're going to go fucking crazy.
I am so excited. That's like the one episode that I was gonna be like, if we weren't in quarantine right now, that would be one that I would have cleared my entire schedule just to be a part of, because I love that episode, those episodes so much.
I love that Brian's like, I do want to do your podcast, but only when I'm in quarantine. Never any time outside of that. If I'm not in lockdown, don't talk to me.
It's just...
Don't talk to me if I'm not in lockdown.
It's just I'm always busy and I'm always going out.
Okay, yeah, Okay,
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Popular, calm down there.
Sorry, you have a life,
sorry.
Brian. Sorry,
sorry.
It took Disney closing for me to actually show up. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. It took a literal pandemic to get you here. So until then, check out our YouTube channel for that Behind the Bite special video. It will be going up either today or tomorrow. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter at AfterBitePod. Feel free to watch along with us. Send us your thoughts, feelings, reactions. And also, if you make any more of those fucking Vampire Diaries memes that we posted last week, send them to us, because I fucking love that shit. I love a good dumb meme.
Memes
Give me all
so
the good dumb memes.
Actually, a lot of people enjoyed that from last week. So, and
it's a good meme.
Thank you.
By last week, we mean 2 weeks ago when this comes out.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Timing is weird.
No, last week.
Last week. No,
it won't be 2 weeks.
Yeah, it will be 2 weeks. Oh wait, no.
No,
it'll be 2 weeks from when. Never mind.
Shut up, Jordan. Don't let people know how early we're recording these episodes. Don't let people know. We record them so far ahead of time.
Hands.
Yeah, stay inside. Wash your fucking hands.
Yeah.
And that's
Stay
it.
inside and watch the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, just watch the Vampire Diaries with us, y'all.
Just watch the Vampire Diaries, listen to our podcast, and wash your motherfucking hands.
Wash your fucking hands. That's it. That's this podcast. We're done.